Coach. I'm going to take questions, so keep your hands up, please.
So we thought we did a pretty good job defensively in the second half. We gave up a 1-1-1 the first half and then held them to a .83 in the second half. So we've been challenging these guys. I didn't think our second half defense has been very good lately. So we made the point to the guys, we're done starting the same group that starts the game. We're going to start the guys that we think give us the best chance to get a great start in the second half. So we subbed in 2 guys in the starting lineup. They, kind of looked at some leverage numbers, plus minus numbers, and kind of challenged a couple guys. And I couldn't be more proud of our guys in the second half. Only gave up a .83. Cliff, I didn't think he was bringing it. They had a kid at 15 rebounds. Cliff was not rebounding like he needed to. Wasn't playing as hard as we'd have liked. And he ends up going out and playing extremely hard in the second half. Had a great attitude on the bench. Ends up winning the hard hat after not starting the second half. So I kind of just told them guys that that's how life goes. Sometimes there's a little adversity and you got to challenge it well. And I was super proud of the way Cliff handled it. So I'll just say this, and I'm not going to talk any more about the playing time stuff. We went with the guys in the second half that thought it gave us the best chance to win this game, and we won the game. And our defense was significantly better than the first half, and we haven't done that very often this year. So that's all I'm going to say about that stuff. Look, the rebounding was obviously an issue. Got to give a ton of credit to LSU. Corey Chess with 15 rebounds in the first half, ends with 18, but he didn't end up getting up an offensive board in the second half, I don't believe. So that was a major issue. All the offensive boards they had, they ended up outscoring us on second chance points only by 3, but we gave up way too many boards. But second half kind of cleaned that up a little bit. It's the 4th time this season we got out rebounded, so that's something we're going to have to really address going into Mississippi State. We're going to turn our full attention into that game on the road at Mississippi State, because it's not going to be an easy one, and they're tough. Coach Jan's teams are always tough, but this LSU game, I'll say this, Coach McMahon only have 1 win at this point, and it's still early in the season. Only have 1 conference win to get his guys this ready to go. A lot of credit to them, a lot of credit to the players, a lot of credit to the staff. I thought they did well. So, we've got to get our offense better. It wasn't great. We know certainly wasn't very good in the second half, but the thing we've been challenging our team about, defensive intensity in the second half. Super proud of the way they came out and guarded in the second half.
Start with Jeff.
Yeah, Nate, you mentioned before the game that putting LeBaron on the bench, I know there was the injury thing, but also might have been a little bit of an energizer thing for him. Just what'd you make of his play in that role, and then Chris Youngblood obviously making his first start as well?
Yeah, LeBaron's played great for us. He was injured. He couldn't practice yesterday. We're trying to make a big deal out of practicing up hard and all that. But, the bigger reason was he's been struggling a little here lately. And I thought maybe playing him against the second unit. Holloway, up until tonight, he's not going to be leading the league in field goal percentage after tonight's shooting. But, Holloway came off the bench, kind of goes against some team's second unit. And he's leading the league in field goal percentage, playing the best basketball of his career. So, I've done it in the past where we had 3-time 6th man of the year up in Buffalo, kid named Perkins, probably the best big in the league, came off the bench 3 straight years and won 6th man of the year. So sometimes it helps a little bit. The other deal is these guys that want to go play in the NBA, they're going to have to learn how to play off the bench, come in, be a spark. Holloway's figured it out pretty well. He's been great for us. And he's playing as well as anybody in our backcourt right now, but I liked his spark off the bench. I kind of said, Barron, let's try to do that with you. The injury's kind of there, stay warm. Thought he played pretty well. I thought his attitude was great. He cheered his teammates on. He didn't shoot it particularly well, but he went 6 of 6 at the line and 3 assists, 1 turnover. We needed his play. I thought he guarded well. So, we'll see. CY, I talked to CY. He's like, Coach, whatever you need. He's like such a great kid. Doesn't care whether he starts, doesn't start. We've had a lot of really good kids come through this program. He's at the top of that list. And he doesn't really care whether he starts, just wants to impact winning. I thought he impacted winning tonight. You know, started out 5 for 5, start the game. I mean, Jaron led us in plus minus with plus 16, and CY was right there at plus 10. Those were the only two guys in double digits on plus minus. So, I thought, and Mo Diabate, we know does things well, but those are the top 3 guys in plus minus. Well, they play hard. They're all about the team. They're not, not into their own stats at all. They just want to do what it takes to win the game, and they just so happens they're the 3 guys that led us in plus minus tonight.
Charlie.
Coach, you kind of alluded to it, but with Mark, is it more of a coach's decision? Is it an injury thing? And then kind of the second part of that, just what do you think of the way the team from a leadership standpoint kind of reacted to this?
Team's leadership was great. A lot of guys encouraging everybody on the floor. And yeah, we just played the guys we thought gave us the best chance to play, win that second half.
Chase.
Earlier this year against Illinois, Mark was held scoreless. Was this game at all similar to that game, and that you were able to find enough offense without a lot of help from Mark to get it done?
Yeah, I think it was. I thought that Illinois game, though, we were actually really good on offense. The ball was moving and a lot of assists. Like, if you go look at our better offensive productions against good defenses, and you guys all have access to Ken Palm and can see where Illinois' defense is ranked. They've got one of the better defenses in the country. You go look at our efficiency numbers that game. The ball was really moving well. Tonight, it wasn't moving as well as we needed it to. I thought there was way too many bad rim reads. I didn't think we were great on offense tonight. It's similar where we did have to get more scoring from elsewhere. Tonight, we did get to the free throw line a little bit, got to the boards. We figured it out. I mean, our defense essentially won the game, though. Our offense was good enough to win, but our defense won us this game. Where I did think, against Illinois, our defense wasn't bad, but our offense won that game. If you go look, our defense, it was a good game. It was one of the better games we played all year. But the ball moved. We had guys stepped up, scored it, when Mark wasn't able to find his kind of scoring rhythm. But yeah, he's had a couple games now where he hasn't been able to score, but we got to just keep at it.
Blake.
Yeah, you mentioned Cliff, but just who else did you see step up in the second half from an effort, toughness perspective?
I thought just about every guy that played did, to be honest with you. You kind of look at Diabate. I didn't think he was his normal self in the first half. I thought he was better in the second half. I thought, Jaron Stevenson, like I said, guy only scored 3 points, had 3 rebounds, but he's locked into the defensive end, ends up with 3 steals and plus 16. I thought Jaron's effort was pretty good. I think Holloway's getting better on defense. I thought he was pretty good guarding people. So, and Grant's been pretty solid all year, to be honest with you. Wasn't that big. That 3 hit was big. Free throws were big. We need him to rebound it better, but he was solid as well. I thought everybody we played in the second half gave us the intensity and the effort we needed to win that game.
Tony.
Just moving forward from this game, what kind of response do you want to see from Mark as a leader on your team?
Yeah, same response Cliff gave us in the second half. Be all about doing the stuff we need to win basketball games.
Anyone else? Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, folks.